Hello everybody. Today you're going to learn how to integrate your WordPress website with your SuiteCRM system so that if your website visitors enter their data into the contact form, their data will automatically be transferred to your SuiteCRM system. My name is Bastian Hammer, your go-to expert when it comes to all things CRM, e-commerce, marketing automation and sales integration. So let's go. Okay. I assume you've got your SuiteCRM system up and running. Additionally, you've got your WordPress website. But so far, those two don't speak to each other. That is, if somebody fills out a form here on WordPress, it just goes into your mailbox and then somebody has to come and has to enter or copy and paste the data into your CRM system. That's cumbersome and prone to errors. So therefore, we would like to integrate and automate this process. So it will take us a couple of steps, I think 4 or 5. The first step would be we need to prepare the WordPress website for the process. Second step will be we have to create a campaign inside your SuiteCRM system. The third step is we'll simply build the form inside SuiteCRM and export it. The fourth step is to import or paste the code that we just generated in the CRM system into your WordPress page. And the fifth step, testing and see whether everything works well. Okay, so let's start with step number 1. We'll first go to WordPress and create 2 pages. So the first page could be your landing page. Maybe you do this for several different campaigns. So you've got multiple landing pages and you want to integrate every single landing page into your CRM system. So here we would just say landing page 1 and we'll save and publish this as it is because later on we're going to add the form here. Additionally, we need one more page, which is a simple thank you page. And we would say something to the customer or to the visitor like, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So then we've got those 2 pages which we will be using later on inside WordPress. For the landing page, let's copy this one already and open it inside as a visitor, not as a logged in user. And then you can see landing page 1, okay, very well, but nothing else so far exists here. So that's the first step. We prepared WordPress already. Of course, if you're doing it, you'll need to make sure that it looks a bit better. It looks like integrated in your website, so it needs to fit your flow, your customer journey, the wording needs to be correct. But the principle will be the same. You just need one page with a contact form and the other page with a thank you form. And let's jump into our SuiteCRM system. And now for the SuiteCRM, we want to have the data coming in to the leads module. And in order to create this web form, we will first have to create a campaign because this is a requirement for generating the form. So after just installing your SuiteCRM, you won't have any campaigns here. There's no out of the box or predefined campaign. Therefore, I simply create a new one. And now there are a couple of options. And we would go with a non-email based campaign. So you can use these campaigns for, let's quickly go through it, newsletters, and then email campaigns, any type of emails. And the non-email campaign is what we're using, and we've got surveys as well. For now, let's focus on this one here. And the name would simply be landing page 1. So here, if you give them the names of the page that is related inside your WordPress, it's a bit easier to grasp like what are we working here on, like which campaign was how successful. Status is active because I'm going to switch it live in just in a bit. And our type would be web. Then go to the next one. Budget. So if you have some budget calculated and some cost for this, you can enter it here and later on build reports on the details. So then you can compare exactly like which campaign was how valuable, what was the ROI of the campaign. Check out my video on the reports and how you can build reports on those kind of things in your CRM system. Next. So now it's very slim, so we don't have any target lists. We don't want to send out emails right away with this one, but we just want to have this campaign here, and that's so far it. So we can look at the details, and as you can see, we didn't enter anything much here, so therefore you won't find any details. It's just like the frame which we are going to use later on for the next step. This is building the web form itself. So I click to go to campaigns, and now here under more there is the option of create a person form, and you can already see, if I click on this, there are 3 modules where SuiteCRM believes there's like people data or like human data coming in, which is leads, contacts, and targets. So in order to figure out like what's the difference here, check out my video on exactly this topic, targets, leads, and contacts, when and how to use which of those modules. So what I'm doing now is we wanted to have the leads, and we've got basically only one required field, which is the last name. So this is a required field by the CRM system. Therefore, you have to use it or have to have it inside your web form. But of course, it makes sense. Additionally, I want to have the first name and the second name. Maybe I want to add the like office phone. And additionally, I'm interested in the email address, because then we can trigger some emails later on as well. And then I would be interested in the account name, which is basically the company name. So if you're in B2B, that makes sense to have here. And if you're in B2C, you would simply skip this one. Additionally, you can add something like address, country, and stuff like this, maybe mobile phone number. So basically, all or almost all the fields that you've got here inside your CRM system are available for this form as well. Use it sparingly. The more fields you have inside your form, the higher the churn rate is. So people won't really complete the form because it looks too big, and you basically don't need all the data right away. One example would be the salutation. If you've got the first name, most likely it's possible to assume this is like a woman or a man to fill in the data here. Then let's go to the next, and we have to add some header data, so to say. So web form to create leads, form header, and form description. We'll just keep it like this, because then later on you can see how it looks like in your website. So and then we've got a post URL. So this is already automatically filled for you, and SuiteCRM knows where it is installed and where to send the information. So redirect URL, this should be our thank you page. So I can copy this one and add it here. And now you can see why we needed to have a campaign. It's simply a requirement, so I can select the campaign now that we have. It makes sense because later on it will be possible to figure out like which campaign received how many leads have been converted per campaign, and details like this. Assign to form footer if you want to. Now I would hit generate the form, and as you can see, it will kind of give me a form here which looks neat. Maybe it doesn't fit your design on the website though, but let's worry about this later on. The first thing that we do now is we have to copy this form and get it over into our website. So you can continue working on this. Usually I don't. Usually I just click here on HTML, Control A, Control C, and I copy all the HTML part or snippet. And now I go to the landing page and click on Edit again. And now I can add my block here, and I want to have the custom HTML block. And here I would simply paste this. So then I update it, and I go back to my as a visitor, as a non-logged in user. Oh my goodness, as you can see, it looks everything else but good. So let's try to save the whole thing here. So the problem is simply there is some HTML where you have in SuiteCRM. So the CRM system is trying to help you with some design, and you can see this is what you see is what you get editor. You can do some stuff here, but if you copy and paste it over to another website, it will just not work very well. So in order to simply get it looking a little bit like your own website, you would remove those styles here at the very top. So I select all the styles, it's plenty. So the scripts need to be still inside. So here's the end of the styling section. So you can do the opposite as well. You can start working on the styles and configure it directly here. That works. Talk with your website developer. He will tell you that's a bad idea. It needs to be inside the CSS file. You only want to load one CSS file. You want to have like a corporate identity. It should look the same all over your website. So therefore, yeah, you would usually need a developer for going into the details here. Now I'm refreshing the website. And as you can see, it looks, let's call it bearable, but it's functionable. So let's give it a try first. Last, and this is the required field, as you can see. And then our email address would be first1@comp1.com, and office form, just randomly fill something, and the account name would be comp1 LLC. So, and now I click on submit. I'm being redirected to the thank you page, so that looks quite good. And as you can see here, we've got some header data, web to person capture. It looks familiar from SuiteCRM just now, first, last name. Okay, so I assume it worked out, but let's double check it in the CRM system. Now I'm going to the leads module, and I want to see it's already here. So if you sort it by date created, then you can see the newest one on the very top of the list view here, and you can see the data that I just entered. So first, last, the office phone, and we've got the company name as well as the email address. So these were basically already the 4 steps that we had to go through, but as you see, it's not really complete. So the status, it's new, that's fine, but the lead source, imagine you've got like 3-4 different campaigns, or you've got like different lead sources where you integrate several source systems, and it all goes together inside your CRM system, and then you just want to be a bit more strict on the data that comes in here. So therefore, what we want to have in those cases is, for the lead source, I want to fill the website selection or option. So how to do this? Fairly easy, but for this one we need to get technical. So either you check the source code of this website here now, that works, but maybe what's a bit easier is if you go via the studio. So here I would open the admin panel, then I go into studio, because I need the field name. So then to leads, fields. So let's check it out. Source. We've got a couple of those, and lead source is the one that we want to have. Lead source. And there's a field name. This is exactly what I need. So let's keep this in mind. Lead _ source. And now you can see that the CRM system already generated some hidden fields for you, which is this one here, the module directory. So the module directory with the ID is a hidden field, and this is lead. So if you have targets, it goes into targets, and if you have got contacts, it goes into contacts. And we can use this one and simply copy this line of code here, paste it, and then we adjust it to our needs. So we want to have lead source, And again, lead source as the ID. Type is hidden, that's correct. I don't want to show it on the form to the visitors. And the value should be website. So you can double check whether the value is correct spelled. So just to be very, very safe, I can copy this one here, and then you would go and edit this one here and see whether it fits exactly the label. Make sure that you don't have any spaces in front or behind it, but that looks so far so good. So I can basically close the admin panel again. Sorry. And I'm happy with this one, should be fine. I click on update, and then I go back to my WordPress page and I refresh it. So as you can see, you can't see it. So the field is hidden, and this is exactly what we wanted to have. You can check the code now, but it should be there. Now I'm entering the second test. Last two, and then the email address would be first2@comp2.com, and then the office phone, anything, and then the account name comp2 LLC. And now I can submit this lead as well. I get exactly the same thank you page. And now let's see what happens inside our CRM system. So if I go back to the leads list view, you can see I've got the second lead. It's already here as well, but now the lead source is being filled correctly. So very good. In this case, you can later on build some reports on those and see like which, either take only lead source as website in combination with the campaigns, or you have like a dynamic drop down where you have lead source and the sub or the child field will be like which kind of website if you have multiple websites, for instance. If you want to know how to build dynamic fields, check out my video on SuiteCRM and fields. I show you the details on how it works there. Okay, that looks good. We are able to integrate our website with our CRM system. But a couple of words here. So you got your CRM installed online, so it's accessible from the internet. It's very convenient. So even if you're on the go, if you're at a customer and you need to fill in data there, you can access it as well. But several of my customers have actually a VPN, so the CRM system is sitting behind a VPN, or in one extreme case, it didn't even have any connection to the internet, just because they have like very sensitive data, and therefore the data needs to be secured. There is no access to the internet. It's not possible to reach this server from the outside. What do you do in these cases? So I've done some middleware. Basically, it works in a very similar way. So you would have this one. You can see this one here. So there in the get variables of your website or your script, there are all the details which you are sending to the CRM system. And instead of directly to the CRM system, the target of your form needs now to be like a middleware. So the middleware is simply one, let's say, PHP script. It lives on a server which can access the CRM and the website as well. So the data can be transferred from server A to server B, which is like in a middleware area. It can access server C with the CRM system as well. So this would be one option on how to do this. Works quite easy. It's just like one custom script, and this transfers the data over to your CRM system. For the design, you would be able, or your web developer would be able to go in and then use, for instance, the CF7 module on WordPress, customize it nicely according to your design, how it needs to look like, how the look and feel of your whole website is, and then replace this WordPress form with replace this SuiteCRM form with the WordPress form. So in order to make it look better, you basically only need to have those fields here, and you need to tell the WordPress form later on where to send the data to. So this would be working as well. And then you've got the best of both worlds. You can customize your forms according to how your website looks like, and you can send the data into like a secure area in case you want to have your CRM being completely off the internet or not connectable from the internet itself. Okay, let's quickly recap. Now you've got your WordPress website integrated with your CRM system. We've accomplished this in 4 easy steps. So the first step was we had to prepare our 2 WordPress websites or pages where you have like the form later on and the thank you page. Then we needed to have the campaign inside SuiteCRM. This is first of all a requirement for the form generation, and second of all will help you with the reports on it later on. Then we've built the form itself, and then we had to copy the form into WordPress and maybe even adjust the design a little bit because it looks a bit awful on your website if you just copy and paste it and leave it like this. Additionally, we have figured out how to add another hidden field which can automatically be transferred into your SuiteCRM system as well in order to pre-fill some data for you, and will give you more options for clean reporting. Thank you very much for watching. That's it. See you next time. Bye.